Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah. Babe. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trust in, yeah. I can see the top, I wanna touch it, yeah. We been getting money, no discussion. I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussing, yeah. Hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them, yeah. And I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the ride to end, yeah. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Silver Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side.
Yo, what's happening? What's cracking? Welcome back to another episode of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2. I'm Mick Dilly. We got Tycho and Snoop Luke joining the boys today. And first and foremost, just going to get this out of the way first, because normally I'm going to do this at the end, but I'm just going to start with this first. If you ever want to see anything that we're doing or get any of our merchandise, you're going to go to 6-Pack Coverage. That's where you're going to get all your podcast needs. And if you want merchandise, you're going to go to 6-Pack Coverage and Ride the Tide website. You want to go to Ride the Tide 586 on Instagram and on Twitter. Click that link tree, and it will take you to the same place that you're going to go to if you go onto the Safari. So, just wanted to get that out of the way first because we normally do that at the end. But without that, further ado, let's get the rest of the boys in to the podcast, and let's kick this news off today.
Hey, let's get this one going here. A Sunday pod for the people. Welcome back to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. A Sunday pod for the people had to happen because Saturday was booked as fluff. So that was just not going to – it was not going to happen. There was too much shit going on. So with that being said, on Saturday, yesterday, Sweet Lou had his retirement ceremony at Comerica Park. Dylan and myself were in attendance. It was a very good turnout. And I'd just like to say that Ride the Tide Sports Podcast is still undefeated. And whenever we go to a Tigers game as a group, or at least some form of combination of the members of the group, whether it's me and Luke or me and Dylan or, all of us, regardless, we're undefeated. So, Tigers, if you ever find this podcast and, you want to give us season tickets, I think it would work out in everyone's best interest.
I think it would too.
Yeah. Maybe like a free beer, at least like one every game as well, like to start it off, and then
Free
season
Jack and
tickets.
Coke.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I guarantee you we win more games.
Great idea.
That's all I'm saying.
If you guys want to win,
Exactly. So, hey, at Tigers, you need us. We don't need you as much as you need us. All right? That's all I'm saying. You need us. But Sweet Lou's retirement ceremony was very good. Dylan, I think you probably could speak on that a little bit more than I could. You were at the Trammell ceremony as well. And, let's just say that Trammell was also there at the Sweet Lou ceremony because they were the longest double play combination in the MLB ever with 1,936 games played as a duo on second base and shortstop, which is nuts.
19
and over
years.
700 double plays turned. Nuts. 19 years together. Nuts. Dylan.
It's absolutely nuts, and there's no one else that should have been. I don't want to say inducting his number, but I would say presenting him.
Presenting it, yeah.
Yeah, presenting it, I would say. Then Alan Trammell. Obviously, Lou Whitaker was there when Alan Trammell got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Lou Whitaker is obviously supposed to be next. The Hall of Fame is next. The number he has is unbelievable, and the biggest reason why is because of media and that he hates media, and that whole thing is just a bunch of bullshit. But getting into the ceremony, we've got to see a bunch of Tiger legends there. We got to see Jack Morris, Kurt Gibson, and so many more just Tiger legends. A lot of numbers that were retired in the past. Those people are there today. And it was really good for all Tigers fans because it was a great turnout. Lou Whitaker got a great applause. Everybody that needed to get mentioned was mentioned. I would just say that he purposely did the right honorable thing of not mentioning Mr. Illich or Mr. Avila to keep the lose and not turn into booze. And I understand that. And I think it was a really good ceremony and everyone was happy. And the only thing that made it better is the fact that the Tigers decided to go and smack the Rays after that. So it was an all-around great fucking night for Tigers fans.
No, definitely. Great night for Tigers fans. I know I had a good time as well. I love every time I get to go to the Tigers game, and I don't have to drive home because that means I'm just going to pound those beers. But with that being said, we'll move on and get into Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2, starting off with the NFL update. We're going to start off with that NFL update today. Let's see. First off, we got the Cardinals wide receiver, Marquise Brown, going and doing some funky shit, and he got arrested.
God damn it.
And he got arrested on criminal speeding charges, and that seems to be the new wave for wide receivers, is to drive extremely fast in a sports car for fun. Yeah. Bad idea. Clearly, it's not working out for any one of them. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I've gotten a ticket of driving through a school zone before of 35 when I was going 40. I don't know how the fuck this man was going 85 through a 35.
What was so important, Marquise?
He was exceeding a 35-mile-per-hour school zone, approaching 85 miles an hour. There's no need for that.
Nah. Maybe it's summertime and there's no school, but still.
There's no need for that.
No, there's no need for that. You just got to be better. I mean, what are you doing?
Come on.
Marquise Brown, just
smart enough.
Wide receivers, take notes. Don't drive 130 miles an hour.
Don't
drive 80 miles an hour in a 30. Don't do this dumb shit outside of football. Just fucking
take notes on what not to do.
Do that.
If you drive a nice car, just drive at the speed limit.
Yeah. Go slow enough so everyone can look at it. God damn it. Anyways. Cowboys have signed Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr, formerly on the Minnesota Vikings. Very good linebacker. Kind of confuses me as a Lions fan as to why we wouldn't do this, because our linebackers are like the biggest question marks in the history of question marks. So I don't know why we wouldn't do that, but the Cowboys decided that they were going to do it, and they signed Anthony Barr, so they bulked up that defense. Another side note that I just thought about that I want to mention, did anybody notice or see that, what is it? Diggs, I think. Who's the Cowboys cornerback that got all the interceptions last year?
Trayvon Diggs. I know it's
Trayvon Diggs, yeah. Did anybody see that he deleted his Twitter?
No,
because he was getting cooked on Twitter about getting beat by every single guy on the practice squad was dusting him.
Four straight
training camp.
People just ran right fucking past him.
Yeah.
And then the one guy that was like the least experienced was when they were running fucking like actual practice scrimmage drills, and the entire drill, what's his last name again? Diggs is fucking pointing at him. That's my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. As he's running away from him, still pointing at him wide open in the end zone, almost to show the quarterback, that's the guy. That's the guy. You want to throw it to him right there. So he throws it to the guy wide open, catches it, and then Diggs turns around like, what the fuck, guys? That's my guy. What the fuck? Everyone's looking at him like, what? Are you on crack? Do you understand what you're saying? That's your guy. I don't think he realized what was happening or he forgot, but he looked stupid. He looked mentally fucking stupid out there when he did that shit. And after he already got burned 3 times before that, bro, he's fucking overrated. He's got good hands, and he's not a good corner. That's it.
Maybe he'd be a better receiver. I don't know.
His brother is.
Exactly.
Just go play
That's what I'm
receiver
saying.
with your brother.
Yeah, come on. But that's what I got for the Cowboys. Moving on to Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson inks a 2-year, $36 million extension. And I think that is rightfully deserved. He's a solid wide receiver. Definitely going to need him because they have some questions, and I have some questions, and I want some responses because the Steelers also released their first depth chart right after this deal. And in the Steelers depth chart, I mean, we're all aware of the Steelers quarterback situation, right?
Yep.
Okay. Here are the offensive starters at wide receiver and quarterback for Pittsburgh. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. Wide receiver, Chase Claypool. And at the third spot, wide receiver, George Pickens slots himself as a starting wide receiver as a rookie. And quarterback right now listed as the offensive starter for Pittsburgh is Mitchell fucking Trubisky. I think that's wild. But then again, we're all 3 mediocre quarterbacks, so I don't really know anyone.
Who else do they got?
So really
I don't think that's wild because
it's Trubisky, fucking Mason Rudolph, and the rookie.
Pickett. So you're not going to start
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett week 1. I would
No.
start Mason Rudolph week 1. So you kind of are left with Trubisky, who, if you look at it, Trubisky isn't the worst quarterback. The problem is
He's only good
that-
against the Lions. What are you talking
the
about?
problem is that he only would play good when the teams are, I wouldn't say below 500. I'd say like way below 500. So you would pretty much have to be playing a really bad opponent week 1 for everything to kind of be looking up. But here's how I look at it. I think all 3 of them are going to play throughout the end of the year. I think when we're done with the year and the Steelers' year is over, all 3 of those quarterbacks you just mentioned will have started again.
I think they might be picking up a quarterback throughout the fucking season.
Well, I think that their main option that they are going to rely to at the end of the day is they want it to go to Pickett. They want it to be Pickett because they want Pickett to be that guy. Obviously, everyone knows in this podcast, I still haven't fucking come here with Pickett because I still don't think he is that guy. But I think that he has a better chance of being that guy than Mitchell Trubisky and Mason Rudolph.
Exactly. Exactly that. Luke, do you have any thoughts?
Other than Deontay Johnson's very good for like the first half of games because he'd always get injured, but he always do
Injured
a
by
lot
halftime.
before.
Yep.
He'd always
18
do a
points
lot
at
though.
halftime.
It was insane. At least a
18 points
touchdown.
at halftime, and then your other wide receiver plays 4 quarters and gets 10 points, and you're like,
Well, if he gets 2 touchdowns before halftime, you already know what's happening.
He's
You're
getting
like,
injured.
oh, shit.
you know he's getting injured.
He is not
So
coming
you
back.
just
after
gotta
this.
know as soon as he puts up the big double-digit numbers, like shit, he's about to get hurt. Now you're just anticipating every play. Is this one? Is this one? Oh no, that jump was hot. Oh,
Did they throw it
shit.
to Deontay Johnson?
Oh, he
Yeah.
felt weird.
Is somebody down? Someone's down? It's him. Okay.
He lays down for an extra second. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Here we go.
Halftime.
Fucking do it.
Forever, Aaron Hernandez.
Must be halftime. Next up, we got just a little quick snippet of Lions practice that was held at Ford Field yesterday. It was open to the public, and Dan Campbell went out there, and this is just a 15-second snip from it, but the full clip is online as well.
And I know this, we are freaking starving. We are starving. So the hyenas better get out of the way. All right, ma'am.
All right, man.
So the high
Walks off.
So last year is
These
bite
analogies,
kneecaps.
man.
Now it's the hyenas get out of the way.
Hey, he's embracing the power of the lion, the king of the jungle mentality.
Do you remember like 10 years ago when they did Hard Knocks on the Jets and Rex Ryan was the coach and everything he said got memed, quoted, or was saved?
Everything that Dan Campbell says gets memed, quoted, and saved, and we weren't even on Hard Knocks yet. It hasn't even aired yet, and we still do that.
That is exactly what Dan Campbell
That is what he is. He's a showman, though. He's not
to
just a coach, but he's a showman.
better. He's going to
He is
be
entertaining.
better than Rex Ryan because he's going to be Rex Ryan, but we're going to win games. So I think that.
Or it's going to be worse and we lose games and he's going to get memed even harder.
You know how hard it is to be worse than Rex Ryan? That's
I need a
very
Dan
hard thing to
Campbell,
do.
I need a t-shirt, I need a t-shirt, like a Dan Campbell quote t-shirt, where I just have one shirt and I just get I get screen printed, just quote, just down the shirt. And eventually my whole shirt, sleeves and everything, will just have different things that Dan Campbell said throughout his tenure with the Lions.
It's a great idea.
I want that. That sounds like a good idea. I don't know who I need to contact to make this happen, but if you or anyone you know screen prints t-shirts, I have an idea. Okay. Moving on from the NFL, we go into a quick NBA update, and we're starting off with something that Luke actually doesn't need to exit for because it's something that anyone could speak on, and that is Brittany Griner. The case finally came to, seems like a close, at least in Russia, and Brittany Griner is sentenced to 9 years in Russian prison.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It's a fuck situation, but at the same time, you kind of have to have some type of situational awareness of what you're doing, and she got caught with it, but it's still fucked. I don't know, because I feel bad. It sucks, but at the same time, it was just a bad situation.
Just sucks. Yeah. But you got to know your international laws. And I mean, if you don't know it, someone on the team should have made sure everybody on the team knew it before they traveled. But
it's just
Dylan,
the worst.
It's
just timing doesn't fucking help. It's just the worst possible time that you could be like. I'm gonna be dead ass, bro. Any country you want to be like in this situation with, there's probably like 3 right now in the world that like you don't want to be in, and Russia would be in that one of the 3. So that also doesn't
help. Who are your other 2? I got North Korea in there for sure, but I don't know who your 3rd one is.
I was gonna say North Korea, Russia, and then who the fuck is oh wait, no, it's just Russia that's invading Ukraine. Yeah, so that just 2 actually. And then I would say that timing honestly just fucking hurts her a lot more because what the U.S. was trying to do was obviously what Tyler said they were going to try to do a week ago, which was do a swap, and Russia basically said no thank you to that. You can keep whatever prisoners you have from us over there, and we're going to keep Brittany over here, and we don't want to make a deal. She's going to get 9 years, and that's that. So
Russia said, "Look, man, you caught the shitty spies. All right,
correct.
We don't want them back. We're not gonna. No, we don't want them back. You caught the ones that that suck. So they got caught. We still got ones over there that aren't getting caught. I'm sure they do.
I'll tell you what, bro.
So we don't want those ones back.
I realize too, 90% of the world does not run like the U.S. So the things you can get away with the U.S., you can't just easily get away with in other places.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like
gotta be in a
something as small as weed is a lot bigger of an issue in other places than it is over here.
What if none of them
Definitely.
speak English?
Then you're even more fucked, Dylan. That's just how it works.
I mean, they probably have a translator.
Going
Like
on
a
to some actual NBA news here. I just have a fun fact, and that is that LeBron James in the 2021-2022 season scored 91.5% of his points in garbage time. And for those of you that don't know what garbage time is,
All year.
garbage time is when you're down by 15 plus points.
They were in garbage time all year.
So,
No
yeah.
shit.
When everyone else was done trying, that's when LeBron James scored all of his, well, 91% of his points.
LeBron's the only person that would start the game and finish the game and be like, you know that we're not supposed to just quit. He's like, we can keep playing. You know that, right? All right, you guys don't want to try. I mean, I'm not going to try on defense, but when we get the ball, I'll just keep putting up another fucking layup if you want. That's kind of how he looked at it, and he would just keep scoring. And Bravo 6 going dark snatch and grab.
It's Bravo 6. We're going dark. Snatch and grab underway. We got Brittany.
I mean, I don't know. Basically, the main thing that I would say about the LeBron stat is that the Lakers were in garbage time all fucking year, and that they only had
because the Lakers
in the second
are
quarter
garbage
because
time.
they were garbage last year and absolute horse shit.
Every time they're on the
Honestly,
court, it was
my
garbage time.
expectations this year aren't that much higher, so we'll see what happens.
Well, good.
A new head
because
coach is going to change
they're still
everything.
bad. Well, they're still bad. They're still bad.
As long as
still
Russell
bad.
can learn how to play basketball.
Shut up, Dylan. Shut up, Dylan. Russell Westbrook will never learn how to play basketball again. He forgot.
Wow.
All right. Moving on. We have the midweek shenanigan results, my friends. How did we shape up in the midweek shenanigans? Luke?
Probably lost.
Well,
probably lost.
well, I wasn't on the pod at the time, but I did have one planned out, and it was a Jamal Hill KO on the night, and he did get the knockout. I don't know if you want to count that because it wasn't on the pod, but I did have that planned.
Okay, well, I mean, I can still count it. I'll still let it go.
Son of a
I mean, you had it on your phone because you put everything in your phone, and then you fell asleep. So, I mean, it was still there.
I was supposed to be there, then I wasn't.
But,
how
oh well.
Tyler, how many of you won in a row?
4.
That's how many I've lost in a row.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure
I'm sorry, Dylan.
bounce back for me.
All right, well, let's get into it then. Let's get into the bets here. The weekend best bets. The midweek shenanigans are over with. It is Sunday. We can go Sunday night or Monday night with these bets. Pick a day, pick a game. Dylan, we're gonna let you go first.
Okay.
You gotta break this. You gotta break this slump.
Yeah, seriously, man. This is not going well. But you know what? The Tigers are going to break it for me. Give me the Detroit Tigers plus 1.5 with Matt Manning on a run to beat the Tampa Bay Rays. And if you're feeling frisky, put in over 8 runs.
You're feeling frisky. Luke, what do you got?
Oh, that kind of sucks because I was looking at that game, and because no one from Ride the Tide is going to be there, I was going to be hammering the Rays. But now I'm seeing... Because I wanted to take the Rays.
I already did before the podcast started.
God damn it. So wait, did you have the Rays minus 1.5 for your pick too?
Yeah. See it?
Jesus Christ. Well, you know what? Can we just double down on it?
Let's double down.
Double
the first ever best bets double down. Me and Luke are gonna double down And
Fuckers.
not only are we doubling down on the same bet, folks, not only are we doubling down on the Tampa Bay Rays -1.5 today against Matt Manning and the Detroit Tigers, but we're going to also, if you're feeling it, Luke, sprinkle a little bit on the over, like Dylan said, that over 8. Because I think that not only are we gonna win today, but I think the Tigers are going to get smacked just like they smacked yesterday. I think it's going to be a complete 180.
What's the over? It is 8.5. Oof.
Y'all still find a way to fucking go against me in any segment we do. It doesn't matter if it's puck luck.
I literally did this
fucking
before the
hockey, it
podcast
doesn't matter if
started.
it's bad.
You're
It
a
doesn't-
pussy.
I'll take over 7.5.
All right, over 7.5. All right, Dylan, it's not against you. I did it before we did the
It
podcast.
feels personal.
I don't read your head. I don't
I
read
just
your
really,
mind. I don't know what's going on up
Feels
there.
personal.
I feel like you make sure that you read my mind and then pick the game that I already picked.
I get one bet, and you guys take your time to put your bets against mine.
I even let you go
fuck
first.
both of you.
There's literally
Motherfucker.
1,
There's
2,
10 other
5,
baseball
6,
games.
7,
Fucking
8,
10
9,
other
10,
games.
11,
Leave me
12,
alone.
13, 14, 15 games.
Leave
15
me
games.
alone.
And you're blaming me?
I am
Yes,
forced
leave me
to pick
alone.
baseball, okay?
And
Leave
you
me
So,
alone.
you know
Take
he's going
what
to go
you
with the
fucking
Tampa
get.
game.
I'm fucking on a 4-loss streak. I don't need this right now. I just found
And
Well,
you
maybe
decide to jump
you
on the
beat us then.
Tigers after
don't
Ride the
need it.
Tide isn't there? After they just were and they won? You're trying to extend that streak.
Yeah, and you're blaming us.
You're
That's
both
on
saboteurs.
Fucked up.
You're
That's
saboteurs.
on
You
you.
never want me to succeed. You're haters.
Why would I want you to
Not
succeed
elevators.
if I already bet the opposite bet?
You always do this. Every time we got picks, every time we got bets, it's always let Dylan say what he has to say, and then you guys are like, oh, I'm
Because
going
I needed
against
to go
it.
look at games.
I was like, oh,
okay,
what are
easy.
the odds?
I was like, all right, who are the
You did it for
Diamondbacks
game,
playing?
Tyler. You already
Didn't
made
really
that
like
parlay.
it. Who is Tampa playing? Ooh, the Tigers. They just got smoked by the Tigers.
the
Ain't no way
D-back.
that happens again. No, they're going against the Rockies with Davies pitching, and I'm not a fan of Davies pitching and me throwing my money on them.
You're the only person that would rather fucking, god damn it.
Not when Davies is pitching.
You don't even know. You don't know enough about Davies to even know that.
All right, folks, we're going to let that happen for another 30 seconds. He's got to get that out. But I'm going to share this parlay with you guys if anybody wants to ride it with me. Tampa Bay Rays, -1.5 today against Detroit Tigers. I got the over 7.5 in the Cincinnati Reds and Milwaukee Brewers game. I got the Brewers smacking the Reds. And I got the over 8 in the Yankees and Cardinals game today. I think Judge and the boys are going to go deep. And so I'm taking the over 8 there. $25 will get you $170 on a plus 578 parlay there. You got Rays -1.5, over 7.5 Cincinnati Reds and Brewers, over 8 Yankees and Cardinals.
You know what? Fuck
That's it.
Dylan. I'm scratching all that. I'm going on the Tampa Rays -4.5. Fuck you.
You know, Zach Davies has a pretty good ERA, and he's only 2-4, and 4.2 ERA is not too bad. He's got 73 strikeouts, not a bad whip. If I was a D-backs fan, I'd be looking
Why
at
don't
your
you
game
take
tonight.
the D-backs,
I'd be
huh?
looking at
You're
your
making
game if
quite
I
a
was
fucking good
D-backs fan.
case.
I would take the D-backs if I was a D-backs fan.
We got a comment here. Let's be real. It's funnier when Dylan either freaks out or loses a bet.
They
I
make
guess
me
he's
freak out
not wrong. Yeah, I guess
because
the
they know what
The
they're
people
fucking
need
doing.
it. They need it for content purposes. We need Dylan to just not have success.
Well, if you guys want to watch this, I'm changing, but you can't. Next. Just move next. I can't fucking go.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Taking a quick break in the action here to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. Make sure you guys check out sixpackcoverage.com because, hey, that's where you find our podcast as well as other sports, finance, food, travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts for your own personal needs. Whatever you're into, hop on there, check it out. Sixpackcoverage.com also has a shop where you can shop for all your favorite six-pack coverage wants and needs like flags and t-shirts, including the Ride the Tide t-shirt, which is out now. Be sure to check out sixpackcoverage.com today.
All right, we're going to jump into the MLB update now, and then we got UFC to wrap up the podcast today, recapping the event from last night. First up, though, the MLB update, boys. Let's talk about some MLB stuff. So, first things first, the Cubs decided not to trade their quote-unquote star players, I guess you'd say. They decided to keep them.
Yeah, I'm not really fucking sure what the hell the Cubs were doing because they made all this noise about trading everybody at the deadline, and then the only person that got traded was fucking David Robertson. And I'm like, what? David Robertson, closing pitcher, is the only person that got traded. I watched Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras hug each other like they were never going to play on the same baseball team again in tears because they knew that at least one of them, if not both of them, was going to be gone. And then for the Cubs to just be like, you know what, we're going to keep both of you. And I understand that Wilson Contreras, you couldn't find a trade package for him, which is very fucking hard to believe that you could not find a trade package for Wilson Contreras. Ian Happ, I get it. I'm not really fucking... That one makes more sense to me. But the fact that you couldn't find a trade package for Wilson Contreras and the fact that everyone's still on the team, the Cubs are in a situation right now where they're going to be a bad team, still on a downfall the rest of the year, and they still have their star players on the team, which I don't really think does them anything. But the only thing that I'm pretty much really just happy about is that in free agency, there is no way in hell Wilson Contreras is going to be on the Cubs next year. But what the fuck are they doing? I have no idea. They're more confusing than Boston right now. So
the problem is that is the question that I would normally ask you and expect the answer. So if you don't know, then I guess we're all lost because there was no reason not to trade.
Correct. If you're in a spot where if you have big contracts, if you have big players that are going to come here, produce, but it will mean nothing, put him somewhere where it will mean something.
Yes, please. Moving on.
That's how I look at it.
Moving on to the Marlins.
About this.
Yeah.
I'm
glad we couldn't get rid of him. I'm glad we couldn't get rid of him because we had to keep him then, right? Whatever. He's good. He's really good. So if we couldn't move him, whatever. Maybe the pieces just didn't fall in the right spot. I don't give a shit. He didn't go anywhere.
Pablo,
I don't give a fuck.
You kept all of them.
Better pitching than the Tigers, and they're not injured.
Even Soler
That's all I care about.
So
even Soler, yeah. So what? We're good. We're good.
So you dodged your bullet there.
And we got an off season to worry about.
Yeah, that's very true. But I think the Marlins might be buyers more than sellers.
That's what I'm saying. We got an off season to worry about. The Tigers don't buy the right pieces, so maybe the Marlins will.
I like that.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Double buzzer.
That was just for the Tigers.
But moving on next, we're going to talk.
Sorry, I said Tigers. The Crickets were listening.
I didn't take it personally. I knew it was still directed at Detroit.
The Crickets were hearing. They were like, oh, did someone say Tigers?
So the Los Angeles Angels are good at breaking records, coming up with new things that they are, making you go, holy shit.
The worst good team in the MLB.
Exactly. They're the worst
That's
good team
how
in the MLB.
That's how I describe them.
They break records, they do cool shit, and they can't win games. So the Los Angeles Angels decided to break another record, and they tied the franchise record with 7 home runs. Yes, 7 solo home runs. They put up 7 runs against the shitty Oakland A's. Ohtani hit 2, and they lost 8-7. It's just fucking unreal, man. It's really getting unreal. They're fucking with us. They're fucking with us. That's what they're doing. They're going, we're not going to trade Ohtani. Ohtani's still going to come out here, break records, do good shit. Trout's going to come back and be healthy, and he's going to beat Trout. But we're still just going to not win games. But we're going to get you to watch the games, but we're going to lose the games. You're not in an Orioles situation where if you lose good games, we're still like, oh, we're just fucking happy that we got to see a good game. If you play like shit, or if you play good and you still lose, we're still going to be looking at you going, you have the talent to win the fucking games. Why aren't you winning? And it's been like that all year. It was like that last year. And it's been like that ever since Mike Trout's been an MVP. And it's fucking annoying. And I've had too many rants on this podcast this year strictly about the Los Angeles Angels. And it's starting to get a little ridiculous. And I'm tired of fucking doing it. So that's all I got to say. And at this point, fuck the Angels. I'm fucking done with them.
Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez.
God damn it. But now we'll go over to the Marlins because I have a little bit of a case that I'd like to make for a Cy Young. And I feel like Tyler is going to be perfectly happy with everything that I'm about to say. Sandy Alcantara, for those of you who don't know, in my opinion, is, I don't know if I'd say the forefront of the Cy Young, but when it comes to National League Cy Young, I really don't understand how you couldn't give it to this man. He just pitched his third complete game shutout. And when you're on a team like the Marlins that is having trouble producing runs, if you can have a pitcher like Sandy Alcantara, keep in mind, this isn't even Pablo, that can come out there and just continuously throw out complete game shutouts and keep the bats off while only throwing 3 to 4 strikeouts when he's doing this in these games. He's allowing 5 hits, 3 strikeouts because he pitches so goddamn quick. I was telling Jesse this the other day. You'll never see a game that he pitches in a shutout that goes longer than 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Because if they get a base hit, you'll get a double play. He's so quick. He'll put the ball like in the strike zone. He'll get him to hit it and play, and then they'll get the easy outs. And it's
Cy Young pitches.
It's one of the few things that no other pitchers can really do well. And Sandy Alcantara has been absolutely phenomenal at it. So I wanted to give a big shout out to him because he's been pitching lights out. And it's time to get into Player of the Week. I know what you're thinking. Dylan, again?
It's always Aaron Judge. Always Aaron Judge. It's always Aaron Judge.
This is the third time this year he's MVP. I keep looking at numbers. I went through 17 different players this week just for the people because I didn't want to give them a repeat. And nobody had better numbers than Aaron Judge. And I went, it would be a disservice if I didn't make it him. So I had to. Aaron Judge is once again Player of the Week. This man is absolutely unbelievable. When it comes to AL MVP, when it comes to NL MVP, the man is MVP. And there's really nothing else that I can say about that other than reading off the obvious stats of his last 7 games. And if you wanted to read off his last 30 games or his season stats, those would also just be amazing. Just want to throw that out there. Last 7 games, he had 10 hits, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, only struck out 4 times. His average is over 400. His OBP is 5.45, and his slugging is over 900. Still at the top of the game, Aaron Judge is still putting up Little League numbers, and I'm going to be honest, I think he's going to do better than his Rookie of the Year, and that was a historic year. I think he's going to do better.
That campaign?
Yeah.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Yes. I appreciate that. I think he's going to do better than that.
I was like, there's literally a blank at the end of that sentence, and Dylan can't fill it in. The words campaign. That rookie campaign.
So, and I think that Aaron Judge is the best player in baseball right now, and there's no better hitter than Aaron Judge right now. But the last pitcher I want to talk about is we're talking about Cy Young for the National League. Well, for those of you who don't know who the Cy Young for the American League is, right now, to me, it's Justin Verlander because I got some stats I want to read off to you guys. Now, this is Justin Verlander's 2011 year, his MVP year. 2.40 ERA, 9.0 K through 9 rate, 0.92 whip, and a .192 opponent average. That is nutty, absolutely nutty. But what's nuttier is this year, at age 39 in the 2022 season, his current stats are 1.73 ERA, better, 8.8 K through 9 rate, 0.2 worse in the fucking 12 years of time that's passed. He has a better whip with 0.85 and a better opponent average with 0.188. Now, I'm going to bring this up to Tyler because the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw this was all the rumors last year about maybe Verlander coming back to Detroit. He would have given us something besides Miggy to be happy about. These numbers are unbelievable. And I'm happy that, he's still on a good team, but I hate that it's Houston, and I hate even more that it's not us.
I have to agree with that. I hate it too. I mean, I can't even talk about it, Dylan.
It hurts, bro. It just hurts.
I can't. Like, I really can't, because we gave away so many good players and got nothing in return, and now we're garbage. And then, like, talking about what you're getting at, Miguel Cabrera announced that he's staying with the team despite a lot of health concerns for your next season. And also, he will be our designated hitter, of course. And he can't hit home runs. So that'll be fun.
Miggy's gonna have a spare one.
Another year of no power.
I'm excited for that. Miggy's gonna.
I hope he only plays half the games.
Should get a lot of gifts.
Maybe less than half. Actually, I hope he plays less than half the games.
I don't care if we suck next year, as long as Miggy does good.
That's the wildest thing I've ever heard Dylan say. He doesn't care about Tigers being good after.
It's gonna be all focused on Miggy
after their
anyway.
8-year rebuild.
It's gonna be all focused on.
So
Miggy
if they suck next year, then it's gonna be a 9-year rebuild. Then it'll turn into a 10 to 12-year rebuild. Then Dylan will be 35, and the Tigers will be good.
I'm happy Miggy's staying on his contract. I was super scared that he was
not.
going to leave after this year. I was like, oh my God, why would you do that, bro? You're playing really good average-wise. Don't do that. And then he's like, I'm going to write out my contract. And I was like, thank you, God. Don't do that.
Dylan's a Miguel Cabrera stan, and I am not here for it.
I love everything he's done for the city of Detroit, and I don't think anyone in Tigers
He can do more for the city
more.
without playing baseball anymore than he
I've never
played
seen
on
anyone in my
on the
life
baseball field.
play better baseball than Miguel Cabrera.
In his golden days, yes, I agree. Not today. Not last night.
But you've been hating on Miggy for what, 3 years now?
Since he started pooping the bed, yeah, I think that's when it became appropriate to not like paying a guy $32 million to do nothing other than hit singles. I don't think you don't deserve $32 million to hit singles.
A lot.
Everyone on the team did last night except Riley Green. What do you mean?
Okay, last night, yeah.
Yeah, everybody did. Everyone can hit a single.
Consistently? No.
No, maybe not consistently, but
The only
Miguel
people that
Cabrera
can
can't even be consistent the
Miggy,
last 3-4 weeks.
Castro.
He was been batting under 188.
And I know you've been
And
waiting
you
for
talk
that.
all about how
You've
he's
been
only
waiting for
this
that.
good. Yeah, hell yeah, I have, because I
Waiting
knew
for
that it
the
was just a
clip.
little hot streak. And you're just a little Miguel Cabrera fanboy that can't let his childhood hero go, even though he's destroying his franchise that he claims he loves
Not
so much.
destroying the franchise, and that
He
is
is-
the worst statement you've ever made on
he
this
is-
podcast.
He is
ever.
destroying it by $32 million to do nothing but hit singles. Ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
I wouldn't necessarily say destroy.
I like Miguel
I'd say,
Cabrera.
Thank you. He did not
Hold
destroy
up,
the franchise. Shut the fuck up. What
Can
are
I
you
speak?
talking about?
Let me finish. Okay. I wouldn't say necessarily destroy. He's more keeping the Tigers at halt from really doing something with a rebuild than actually putting a fucking team together. Because paying someone that much for their former shell of a player, what they used to be, it doesn't help you rebuild the fucking team. No matter who you are, no matter what team it is, that doesn't fucking help at all.
No.
So at some point you got to cut the rope, even though he's done a lot for us. He does. Everyone's thankful for him. But
Yeah.
now,
Not saying he never did anything.
we're at the point we're at. We need to move on, and he's kind of preventing that.
What's crazy is if we didn't have Miggy on the team this year, we'd actually be worse. We wouldn't have.
That is crazy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like he's
Well,
he's
we'd
one
have
of our
somebody
best
else.
hitters. He's
we'd
one of our
have
best
somebody
hitters, but
else.
that is not saying a
We
lot when you're
probably-
speaking on the Tigers.
He's pretty.
But if you think about it, someone
But that's
needs
not
to
saying a lot.
someone needs
on
to
the
think about it in a different perspective, and I will. That $32 million could get you 2 to 3 other players
it's only one more
rather
year.
than one guy that's 40 years old that can't run, that has bad knees, and literally
I'm not
last
gonna
week
let you sit out here and just.
last
slam
week
Miggy,
didn't
bro.
even know if he was gonna play next season.
I'm not gonna let you sit out here.
We
and
are
just
literally
slander
paying
Miggy.
him for what he
fucking Hall
used
of
to
Famer,
be,
bro.
not what he is
He's
now.
a Hall of Fame player,
take
but
me out
not
of the show,
today.
Bro,
Take me
okay,
out of
look
the
at
fucking
Yamir
show.
Yager,
Dylan,
bro.
you're
He's
ridiculous,
literally
bro.
the Yamir
That's
Yager
like
of
saying-
the MLB.
Yeah.
He's
and
an
Yager was not on the
Yager's a
top of his
fucking
game when he
legend.
left.
Yager's
Yager
a
didn't
legend.
go out on top. He went out Right about here.
He went out when he was donkey shit, and no team wanted to pick him up because he was that bad and couldn't produce. And that's what happens when you continue to play.
But when it came to that, Luke, right? Like, no one ever said, oh, Jaromir Jagr never did shit. They were just like, Jaromir Jagr, I think it's time to go. Like, you're getting pretty old. The game's pretty fast. Like, no one ever said Jagr never did shit. It was just time to move on. And I think that Miguel Cabrera, honestly, he's parallel with Albert Pujols. They're like perfect parallels of each other. Albert Pujols did hit the milestones first, but like they're parallels in their careers. And Albert's on his way out.
But that's why a lot of people retire before they hit deep out of their prime, because they don't want to put up like an absolute shit, like look like shit on their way out when they used to be good. That's why a lot of people recommend doing that. But some people just love to play for the game. No one's hating them for that. But at the same time, you're not producing like you used to, and you need to produce like you used to, and you're not. That's what comes with age. You start falling off.
Right. I mean, when you used to hit 40 home runs a year, and now you hit 40 home runs in 4 years, it's a drop off, and it affects the whole franchise. I mean, affects the whole team.
It sucks.
You need a cleanup hitter that can clean stuff up.
It sucks. You don't want to let Miggy go. No one wants to let him go. But at the same time,
if it wasn't $32 million, it'd be different. If we didn't sign him to a 10-year contract, it would be different.
Fuck, if we could sign him for a way less contract and fucking
if we could renegotiate the contract.
But that contract is ridiculous.
Yeah. But they're very stingy with the money around Detroit, especially when it comes to the Tigers. So I don't know about that. So whatever. Luke, I did want to bring up one thing, though. McGregor making his acting debut. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah.
But I brought it up on the last podcast. What are your thoughts on this movie? Are you going to see it, and are you excited? Do you think he's going to have like a bigger role, or is it going to be like
he's definitely
like
going
that
to be
Spencer Confidential, where like
he's definitely going to be the bad guy,
but he was in there for like 5 minutes?
He's going to be the bad guy.
Oh, really? Did you read into this?
No. I'm thinking there's no way he's not going to be the bad guy. He is like the perfect bad guy.
That's true.
Like, come on.
And the voice, like
the laugh,
make him say some shit. Yeah, he's evil laugh would got it.
I also, since we're speaking of UFC fighters acting, I also want to bring up, because as of 5 days ago, news is breaking out that UFC champion Kamaru Usman is going to be in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
What? Actually, that kind of makes sense. Like, he could probably do some crazy like fight stuff. I wonder if he'll be like an evil guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has to be. He literally has to be. Never mind.
I don't get a lot of what he's going to be. Said fighter would be starting in a guest role, something. But I don't know.
So he's going to die.
I want to see that.
Sounds like.
I want to see his scenes. There's gonna be some fucking dope.
If he's a guest character and it's a fight scene, my guess is someone's gonna kill him.
Hey, no way. He's gonna be like, hey, director, we're gonna have to put my piston knockout punch that I laid on Masvidal in this movie.
We gotta clip that in there, right? We're gonna make sure that everybody knows that's happened. Okay. We're gonna just make sure that
CGI
somebody watches the movie and relives it in his own head. Okay, all right, cool, all right.
And have him weak at the camera. Just.
And then he dies because he's a guest. But I guess UFC guys are getting into acting now. And with that being said, let's move into the UFC Fight Night recap with some Snoop Luke.
I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking it fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
All right. Well, just would like to start this off where Dylan had some good information for me for some bets, and then my guy let me down because fuck Goff Neal.
I went 5 for 5 last night on the main card.
Anyways, Juliana Miller defeats Brogan Walker via KO in the 3rd round to become Women's Tough Champion.
Yes, and that fight was amazing, dude. Did you watch that fight?
No.
I rewatched that bitch. It was a great fight.
I know. I definitely plan on
rewatching.
watching that, but I was out early that night. I'm gonna be honest.
It was a 3-round slugfest, and Juliana was just trying to keep hitting her on the ground. It kept flipping on the ground back and forth. Who's on top? And then once the 3rd round, they just stayed on their feet and just started swinging.
Then we got Muhammad Usman with a big upset against Zach Puga.
Knocked him the fuck out.
KO via 2nd round.
Knocked him
Which
the fuck out.
everything you told me, I was not expecting Usman to have a fucking KO finish.
I thought he was gonna win by decision.
And then everything you told me was like, if Usman doesn't win, it's probably going to be a KO finish by Zach. And then Usman knocked him the fuck out in the
Usman
2nd
knocked
round.
him clean with a left.
He's like, hey, let me pull a card from my brother. He's like, let me just knock some guy out when no one fucking expects me to.
So him and his brother now have won the Ultimate Fighter, and I don't think
That's
any
crazy.
other brothers have ever done that before.
Yeah, because that was for the tough men's champion.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy to absolutely obliterate my fucking perfect lay, Vicente Luque gets knocked out fucking in the 3rd round by Goff Neal.
Yeah, God, that was a great fight, though.
It was. I would also like to take this moment to shout out Terrence McKinney.
I was just about to say we got to bring up T-Rex.
Yeah, because he was I
love
wasn't here for the pod, so I really didn't get to talk about all the fights and all that. But he was the guy who almost died twice, and then come back and just having an absolute. He's just torching everyone.
I finally watched the body cam footage that you told me to watch like 2-3 days ago, and I finally understand the stories fully, and the respect that I have for this man is so much.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And to come out in the UFC, and he is torching motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's a knockout or a submission.
Round 1 again.
Going in there and getting the job done quick as fuck.
That's what you got to do, man. Go in, get that bonus, and walk out. There was 10
that
finishes in 10 fights last night. That's a combination for a great fight.
See, I at least stayed up long enough to watch that fight.
Yeah.
That was the one fight I really did want to watch.
I feel you on that one.
But, I'm going to be honest. That's really all we got for the UFC.
We had a main event, though.
Oh, wait. Yeah, we did. Did I not say it? Shit.
No, you stopped.
I forgot because I stopped because I went for him. Jamahal Hill, the man from Grand Rapids, Michigan,
Hell yeah.
defeats Thiago Santos KO in round 4. Round 4.
We love John Mahal. He's the Michigan boy.
We do. I love when I don't know why, but always when he's fighting, Terrence McKinney always seems to be fighting, and I love that combination.
That is true. I never realized that till you say that, but they're on.
I've been noticing that. I swear to God they are. And I've been loving that because those are like the two main. I was like, all right, fuck, I got my LA. Those two motherfuckers.
Easy every time. And they keep hitting it.
I love it. I fucking love it. But I always got to go on the KO or submission with McKinney because you never know if he's going to knock him out or submit him. But that's always like minus 400. It's like, fuck. But now that's really all we got for the UFC.
Bada bing, bada boom. Tycho, yeah.
Yeah, we was about to be having fucking issues, motherfucker.
What?
You played the wrong.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And you changed it to the claps, and then just moved.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I fucking cannot with this guy.
Who the fuck is that guy?
All
right, we got it. We'll let Tyler do it. Fuck it.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Podcast ain't over, but I got more. I got more here. So welcome to Tyler's podcast. First up, I got this this lady getting absolutely fucked. So look at this. Watch this guy fucking. No,
Gotta finish the bucket.
down
gotta-
goes mama.
Sat
Down
there
goes
staring. He's
mama.
like, God, still gotta finish the bucket though.
No, down goes mama.
No.
Down goes mama. And Dylan, look, you decided to join too.
That was
after I
his camp,
so
bro.
Rudely
That was his camp.
his camp.
His basketball camp.
Why do you gotta fuck his mom up in
It
front
was
of the whole
Sharif
camp,
O'Neal,
man?
bro.
What are you doing? All right. Next up, I have another list that comes out. Six Pack Coverage gives these lists out, and we like to mess around with them because, hey, we're part of Six Pack Coverage. We like to do some fun stuff with them. So, top 10 red flags in guys. So, we're gonna start with number 10 here.
Oh,
What do you guys think? These are red flags in guys, as voted on by the Six Pack Coverage team. I believe it was the women. All right, number 10. Red flag, blames the ex-girlfriend for everything.
Yeah, that is a red flag. That is
Definitely
Yeah,
a big
definitely.
red flag.
'Cause if you can't take your own accountability, because no one shit is one-sided. So,
No.
well,
no.
I guess
so,
okay, some cases, that might not be true in all cases.
No, it's a red flag, Luke. It's a red flag.
Majority
Okay?
of cases,
It's a red flag.
yeah, but
it's
you
a
can't
red
cut out
flag.
that one relationship where it is all one-sided and then the fuck.
If I
All right, number 9.
sex, I don't like it.
A red flag is if a guy takes a longer shower than you. I disagree.
I take that personal because
I
I take
disagree.
very long showers.
I think that it does not matter how long you're in the goddamn shower.
I'll be in
I
that
don't
bitch
think
for
that
a
that
half
makes
hour.
you more
Check
or
on
less
me. It
toxic.
don't matter. Let me
Or it doesn't.
shower.
That's not a red flag. What was that? Why would that be a red flag? Am I shaving my legs in the shower? Then that's a red flag if that's why it's taking me so long. But if I'm just washing my hair and washing my face and
I'm
washing
vibing
my
out to
body,
music. I'm throwing a costume
Yeah.
in there.
what
Got
the
me
hell?
some-
Maybe I'm just having a good time. What? Why?
I
Yeah.
got a rave
all right.
going on mid-shower. It can't be washing up the entire time.
Right. Number 9 is canceled. That one's no. All right. Number 8 watches The Bachelor. Okay.
Yeah.
See, this one's
Yeah.
debatable because I would.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that would say it's a red flag just because you watch The Bachelor, but there are also guys that turn The Bachelor into a drinking game,
Wait,
and
wait.
that I can get behind.
Or what about the
Ty is
guys that
speaking
have
from
to watch
experience.
The Bachelor?
I am because I had to watch The Bachelor, and I was like, if I'm gonna have to watch The Bachelor, #girlfriend problems, then I'm gonna turn it into a drinking game.
That's
So
what I was about to say,
See,
though, Ty.
I
I'm the
looked up
first-
drinking games online. I was like, yeah, all right.
What
I'm
about all the
example
guys
A that he
watching-
said. He's example B.
What about all the guys watching The Bachelor that have to watch it because their girlfriend or wife is making them watch it?
Not a red flag. You're just being a good person.
Gotcha.
All right, number 7. He's an influencer or entrepreneur. He doesn't have a fucking steady job, I guess. Is that a big red flag? Well, it depends on how successful the entrepreneur
Man, if he's
is, I
rich
guess.
as
Yeah.
fuck,
I mean,
that
if
doesn't
he's
seem like a red flag to me. If she's got money, if she's an
Well, if she's
influencer,
trying to look out for
she's a model.
herself, if she's trying to look out for herself and have a solid, decent relationship, maybe don't go after the entrepreneur if he's got millions of dollars because he's probably just gonna scam you or something or just get some
Then I
pussy
get
and just
money.
fuck off. But I
It could
mean,
be.
it could be a red flag. I'll give you that one.
Okay,
Red
man.
flag.
Number 6.
Yeah.
They've already slept with one of your friends.
That is a
Huge red flag. Has to be a red flag. I don't know why that's number 6,
That's
but
one.
yeah,
Because
number
if they
6.
don't care how
definitely
awkward it's
a red
about to
flag.
be, I mean,
I agree.
Yeah, that's
That's a
that's
flag.
definitely a red flag there. Number 5, he wears skinny jeans.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, red flag. What are you doing wearing skinny jeans?
Any jeans
Why?
that are either too tight
Are you
for
straight?
the body, or
Are you for me?
if you're wearing a jean
Hmm?
jacket like straight up, that's also just weird as fuck to me.
That as well.
Like
That
a
as
jean
And the
jacket.
final rose goes to who cares really proceeds to drink heavily.
Ty, how you feel about number 4?
That is exactly it. Number 4, drives a truck. I don't know what makes that a red flag. I drive a truck, and I don't think that's a red flag. Nikki, is that a red flag? My girlfriend doesn't think that it's a red flag in a guy if he drives a truck. But if you drive a giant Ford F-350 diesel blowing black smoke out the back with 2 American flags on the back of your truck, then I'm thinking red flag.
You're one of the few, but there are a lot of people out there that drive a truck where I can consider it being a red fucking flag.
Yeah,
Depends how you
but
drive
like
your truck.
if I just go to the store and get like the stock Chevy Silverado, I mean, I don't think I'm doing anyone a disservice. I don't think I'm a red flag, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. My girlfriend doesn't think so, so that's all that really matters, right? Number 3,
I would say there's
a messy
2 sides
room.
to that one.
A messy room. Is that a red flag?
If it is, then I'm
Yeah.
a red flag because that bitch messy as fuck.
I think it's a red flag because if you're messy in your room, you're messy everywhere.
My car's clean, but my room's messy.
That just means you can't clean up.
No, that just means I choose
Period.
what I want to clean up.
Red flag.
No,
You
that
can't
just
live with them.
means-
It's going to be a pigsty.
It
Red
means you're
flag for
okay
sure.
with living in filth and you don't feel the need to clean up because it's that bad.
I don't
Big red
sleep
flag.
in my room. I sleep downstairs. So
Dylan, how's your girlfriend?
fuck off.
All right. Messy room, number 3. Definitely a red flag. Number 2, post nonstop on Instagram.
I haven't posted on this. I don't think any of us.
I would say that
Yes.
no one said you did. Is it a red flag if you do post nonstop on Instagram as a male?
Yes, because you're so worried about other people's fucking thoughts on you on social media, and that shouldn't even be a factor in your own fucking life in general.
And we don't care.
And you just shouldn't care. Yeah, why the fuck? do
Because
that?
if you're posting your life every day on Instagram, that's what Twitter's for. Just tweet, motherfucker.
Just tweet,
Just-
motherfucker.
It just screams attention for.
And the number 1 red flag in guys is if he only talks to you on Snapchat.
I have a problem with this because I have to talk to a lot of the girls on Snapchat because they won't give me their number.
I
That's not fair, bro. That's
Wait,
bullshit.
Wait, that's so backwards. Dylan's getting treated like a. Oh my god, Dylan's getting treated like a side hoe
I'll
by
say
these girls
this is
when
definitely
usually it's the other way around. Dylan, did you? Oh my god, Dylan.
this is
what? Did
definitely
you
a
really-
red flag.
Are you serious?
Because
Hell yeah.
because you definitely use Snapchat as like a little shield at first to be like, okay, we're just getting to know each other, we're talking, but I don't know if we're really committed to each other yet, and to really digging deep dive in here. I don't know if I want you to have my personal number and shit, so you can just blow up my phone whenever. Can't just block you on Snapchat or just something or just delete you. So I'd say giving the number is a bigger trust in a person. So if someone's refusing to give you their number, instead keeping you on Snapchat to talk, yeah, I'd say that's a red flag. They don't want you in their personal life.
Dude, I literally asked for the phone number so that I come off as genuine, and then I only get the Snapchat, and then the entire time I'm basically presented as the side hoe, treated as the side hoe,
Well,
and then I'm
okay.
like, oh.
Here's the thing. It's gonna.
But how is that my
agree
red
with you.
flag?
Listen.
I'm the one getting flagged.
Listen. It's gonna start off on Snapchat, but it cannot stay on Snapchat.
Then I try
It
to
has
leave
to
it off
move
of Snapchat,
off of
and then you know what I
Snapchat.
get? You know what I get? Left unopened, left undelivered, or even better yet, a gray fucking arrow. That's normally what I'll receive. I'll receive a gray arrow, and I'll be like, "Never
That
mind
means
the
you
arrow."
got unadded.
Fuck it. This was a bad idea. I didn't like this list. I didn't think we should have done this, to be honest with you, because now I got to deal with my own emotional problems because half of that list is me, and it's not my fault, okay? Fuck.
Or is it?
Oh, I've been single for a presidential reign, man. 4 years, and I'm tired of it. And I'm starting to realize off this list it's gonna be a little longer.
Dylan, everybody.
All right. right. Well, that was the last segment I had for today's podcast. So I'm glad that I'm glad that I didn't have to do it by myself.
I'm glad it went good.
Well, Dylan, thanks for keeping us all entertained, and we learned a lot about Dylan there in the last minute and a half. So, if anyone out there is in between the ages of 18 and 19 and thinks Dylan's a young, attractive fellow, hit up McDilly. He, you might have to beg him to get a haircut in order to fix that problem, if that's a problem for you. Hey, he looks better with short hair anyways. I've been trying to tell him. I mean, hey, look at Luke,
Yeah, we get it. All right. Okay.
Hey, anyways, look, we're not talking about Luke. We're talking about you. We're talking about you. We're talking about you.
We are.
You're ugly.
Yeah, I watched the last pod that I wasn't in, and I saw Jake was pissed off that I got my hair cut.
Yeah, he won. Jake said that every time he goes to cut his hair, somebody else cuts it first.
All right, Jake. Didn't realize it was that deep.
He's like, then the moment.
But that's all we have today for you guys on Rather Tide Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys thought that list was as fucked up as Dylan did. If you didn't, then you're kind of more on me and Luke's side, I guess. But anyways, here's an image of me enjoying this towel, and that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for watching Rather Tide Sports Podcast. We'll see you on Wednesday night. Until then, make sure you guys love your towels unconditionally. Peace out.
Okay.